And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to, wow, I'm going to say this out loud, the August 2nd edition of Morning Mindset. How is it August already? Like, the summer's gone. Summer's gone. Where did it go? That is crazy, crazy, crazy. Welcome, Friday edition. Morning Mindset, I'm your host, Todd. Now, it's your first time here, long time here. This is what I need to know from you, who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. So I figured out my weather issue. We'll talk about that in a second because it's really, I've noticed it this week with the Olympics, and that's when I kind of seen where things are. And then on top of that, your 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? So for us, we're in the Quad Cities, Iowa-Illinois border. And as far as what we got in the cup, I'm going to need another one. Cosmic Vibe Celsius, we're rocking that this morning. And the weather is 76 cloudy on the way to nice, crazy hotness, I believe. I think we're going to get to like 87 today. Humidity, all types of good stuff. So here's where I figured out where my weather was having issues at. We switched over to T-Mobile internet, I don't know, a couple months ago. Didn't really notice much things about it. Then this week watching the Olympics, we were watching it through the apps and through Peacock. And when you go to live TV, it's like giving me news from Minnesota. Yeah, because like Minneapolis, because I'm getting like, that's what it is. So I tried to figure out what was going on. Well, because of how T-Mobile does their internet things, our IP is basing out of there. So we're not getting any of our local stuff. There's a couple things we're going to try to make that, but I'm definitely ready to go buy a car in Eau Claire. I mean, why not? I see like 400 commercials a day for there, but it's definitely a weird thing where, watching other people's newses and things like that. So yeah, that was fun. So something to think about there. If you go to a wireless based internet, there could be an issue with your IP. We noticed where it was like, hey, why do I got to log back into a lot of our secured things that we have and answer more questions? Nothing's changed. That's why our IP was changing. We didn't even know it. The next step, 5 things. We are rocking and rolling this morning because it's going to be a half day because of the projects that we have going on this afternoon. So 5 things that we got. Printed glitter HTV, done. DTF, all current jobs are set up for DTF. So unless a rush job comes in, it maybe will get processed. We'll see how that plays out. But DTF, UV, DTF, DTF, those are done. I've got to press koozies, got to press shirts, and then temporary tattoos. So that's the big thing. Because this afternoon, more about we have an event tomorrow for the golf cart poker run. So we just want to set everything up for that. Make sure it's good to go. If it's drop-off shirts that need to be, get everything ready to go for the event. So that's what this afternoon is going to be. And I think I might build a new storage solution for the golf cart battery. So we'll see how that all plays out. But let's check in and see how people are doing. Oh, and today's topic of choice. Do you run your business or do your business runs you? Right? Does your business run you? Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. So we're going to talk a little bit about that because I've had a couple conversations with people this week, and some like late conversations where they've been putting in like 16, 17-hour days and they just can't get ahead. And so we're going to talk about that. But good morning to you, Sarah. 70 and mostly cloudy there in southeast Wisconsin. Coffee in the cup, and I bit my lip. So if I stumble over my words, that's why. Renee, good morning to you from humid 70 on the way to 91 Chicago. Water in the bottle. No physical therapy today, but I do have my follow-up brain MRI today. Scan anxiety is real. You got this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They're going to say, looks like nothing's there. And you're going to come back, well, I could have told you that. That's what you're going to do. That's what I feel. Jenny, good morning to you. Happy Friday. 73 muggy here. Water in the cup. Sarah says, I'll be thinking of you and sending positive vibes for good results. That would be to Sarah, or that would be to Renee. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Thanks, Sarah. Can you use a VPN? I can, but even our VPN, like the one that I use is based out of Chicago. So, I mean, I can pick where I want to use my VPN from, but I don't have a local one because I have IP Vanish. So I can, use that, but I don't have a local one. It's closest to Chicago. So I don't know. We'll see if we can figure that out, but it seems to be a common occurrence on that. Darren, good morning to you, my friend. And look, Jenny's sending you good vibes, Renee. Sarah's 5 things. List new products on website, store builds, run kid to doctor, drop off EMB, purchasing. Great day for Sarah there. And thanks, Jenny, from Renee. Barb says, good morning from North Central Minnesota, 68 and smoke haze. That's right. The Canadian fires are sending smoke over Barb's way. Water in the bottle, 5 things. Quotes, order sublimation t-shirts, sewing alterations, recycling, prep for company arriving later today. Sounds like a great Friday. So like this was a conversation this week, so I want to know, do you run your business or does your business run you? I don't want to be known as, the workaholic, the one that's always tied to it. I got into this for, the two things, the family freedom and the financial freedom, right? So we can make as much or as little as we want based on the effort that we put in it. And I don't need to be $1 million business. $1 million business equals $1 million problems. The more business that you have, the more employees that you have. So as long as it can support me, the family, and take care of everything that needs to be, I'm good with that. So, if we can do $200,000 to $300,000 a year, that works for me. Can we do more? Yeah. Would we have to sub things out more and do it? Yep. But we know what our limits are. And the reason is I don't want to be working from, 5 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. I did that, and that's what made this go full time. I was missing family time. I was just missing time in general. I like to go out on the golf cart. I like to smoke meat. I like to hang out with, just do nothing. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing nothing. That's what I hate. That's what I work for, to pay the bills, to do nothing, to enjoy the bills that I've paid. I don't need to be constantly going out and doing things. But I love having that opportunity. I love travel. Look how many shows that we hit a year. The business allows that opportunity for it. And I'm super grateful and super thankful for everybody that orders from us that allows for it. And that's why, we keep our numbers tight. We keep our, our community good, because those are the ones that support us. So we want to make sure that we support them. But I started going through that rut of, the business was running my life. It revolved around. Now, that's not saying when I'm done working, I'm not watching YouTube videos on it. I went down a rabbit hole last night because I can say I'm not going to, we're going to give it until I get shipping confirmation. We are working with somebody. They're going to send us some equipment to try out. Not sure on the equipment. I was given a list, and so I picked out, I picked out some stuff. So we'll see, we'll see. Chances are we're working with somebody, and the requirements of them were, I pretty much do what we already do. Make a couple posts a week, make a couple videos, do that. So we'll see what we get, and it'll go from there. But with that, it was researching, more about what the product was, what things that we can do with it, how we can show it off, how we can create content around it. So that was a good part of the night. And then it's Olympic time, so like last night, by the time everything was said and done, I think it was 12:30 when I went to bed, and then back up, and the alarm goes off at 5, and then, get ready, come down here, being here between 5 and 6, and traditionally working here between, 4 and 5. So, 10, 12-hour days, somewhere in there, still rocking and rolling. But when I'm done, I'm done. I don't, even if here's my list of things I need to get done, but after that, there we go. And then I have not to worry about anything. It's just done, over with. Let's move on and go from there. If there's work here, I can come back to it tomorrow. That was one of the things about, not working at home, was that, when you left work, everything was there. So there wasn't an opportunity to, hey, I can keep working a little longer. But that helped when we did move back home to keep that same thing. When it's done, it's done. When it's time to go, it's time to go. We've got this weekend, tonight, we've got the Little Mermaid musical that we're going to, and we have the golf cart poker run tomorrow. So there's a lot to accomplish in a short amount of time. And having that flexibility to be able to say, hey, we're done at noon today. Rush orders, we require people to have those in by 10, so that way we can still fill those. Everything else within our deadlines and things. So we're going to be done at noon, so that way I can get that other stuff going. It allows for that to happen. I don't want the business to run me, and I don't want to hate the business. I want to love it. I want to enjoy it. I want to have fun with it with other people, but just, I don't want to get burnt out. And I think that's what happens to a lot of people. Their numbers are bad. They're overworked. They're underpaid, and they start hating it. So what do? They close up and move down from it. It's one of those things that it's a fine line to ride, but once you do it, you can be pretty good with it. So, how are you doing with your business? Do you have set times? Do you work all the time? Do you not work all the time? And I'm not saying it's wrong if that's what you want to do. That hustle culture has built into us. You got to go, 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 go. And I 100% agree with that. That's why we're posting things every day. We're doing that. We're scheduling things. We are going, 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 going. And while online, it may look like we are going nonstop 24 hours a day, we're really not, because we have scheduled those things out to make it look that way, that we're always in front of people's faces. The business is running itself at that point. Let's see. What do we have here? Barb was saying, hi, Sarah, Jenny, Renee, Chuck, and Darren. And Renee to Barb, what type of recycling company? I'm always looking to keep as much out of landfills as possible. Just burn it all. Just burn all the trash. That's what they do in the county right down at the end of the road from us. I don't think I've seen a trash can in front of this one house ever, but I see a fire every day with trash in it. Hey, Jerry. Me too, Renee. And Barb, Renee, local recycling cardboard, plastic, glass. We don't have a pickup, but there's a place in town with bins drop off. There you go. It's great. You at least have a place to take everything. We have curbside, but it also has bins in town to recycle. Used shoes, fabric, clothing. Makes my heart happy. There we go. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Renee. Morning, Barb, Darren, Jerry. And Rise gracing us with his pleasure this morning. Gracing us with his presence, not pleasure. Came out wrong, right? Sorry. But, how do you do this? Do you have that work-life separation? Do you say that you're working from this time to this time, and then when you're done, you're done? Do you continually do work until everything's set up, take a break to eat, come back and work more? And I say, when there's times that things need to get done, we had some rush orders last week, and things needed to happen and get done. So it was late nights, it's always early mornings, but a few later than that to make sure things were going out in a timely manner, things were doing it. This week it's been pushing. We get, people signed up for stores, and we're working on it. We're crossing fingers and things there, but we got 2 open, and then 3 more that are in the works that will be opening here in the next week or 2. So that's a plus, and we'll continuously do that and show that off, because that's what we want to go with. We learned last month that, when it comes to ornaments and pushing things for Christmas, is that what we really want to do? Because there's only so much of us. There's only so much we can do, only so much time. And yes, we can do everything, but should we do everything? A team store that we maybe work on, and, can that produce more revenue than, selling single one-off ornaments? It can. But so can ornaments, if we were to focus on that and make that what we're going to do. So while I love doing those need to be in that content creation bucket. Here's how to do it. Here's how to show it off. We can do some things with it, but the things that need to pay the bills, DTF transfers, UV DTF transfers, glitter HTV transfers, signs, banners, stickers, decals, all of those things are what pays the bills. And then, we have the retail side of it. So those are the things that get focused on. And even with that, a lot of people don't know that we do, the 3x5 flags. We do them for a handful of people continuously throughout the year. It's something that we should push more and do. A lot of people don't know that we do yard signs, that we do a great price to you guys, so that way you're able to make money off of those as well. But we don't push it. So a lot of people don't know. Those that do use this, pretty continuously. Same thing with the glitter HTV. We've got, 3 screen printers that use us on a regular basis for it. And we just haven't put it out there for everybody else. So these are things that we currently do that we do for others that we just don't push. So why am I adding more things that, more time, more energy into something that, the margins are good on it, but we need it to scale in order to make it, to make it make sense. So I need to focus back on our core things, our decals, our signs, our banners. That's another one. Banners, we were rock and rolling on those, and I don't push it nearly enough. So that is my goal for this month, is to make sure that at least once a week this month, that we're talking about banners, we're talking about signs, we're talking about decals, we're talking about temporary tattoos. We're coming up back to school time. We're getting requests for those in the 3 stores that we did. So those are in there, and I need to make sure to do it. We had a tattoo order. That's on my list here. That is actually temporary tattoos number 5 on my list today. So to make sure that people know that we're able to do that for them. There's a lot that I say we do, that we can easily do, that we can efficiently do, that we can profitably, yeah, I think that we can do profitably, that we just don't push. So why am I focusing so hard on trying to bring new things to market when there's just one of me? And that's the realization I think. If I want to do those things, then I need to work on the business a lot more, spend more time in it. I'm happy with where we're at It could be a little happier with a little bit more, but anything beyond that point, that's when we have to start looking at, do we need to outsource more? Do we need to bring in employees? And then bringing employees is a whole new ball game. So what do we do? That's personally up to you. Let's see. Your pleasure. Yeah, pleasure. That's right. Hi, Rye from Sarah. Hi, Sarah, Rye, and Barb. Separate what? Yeah, Jerry. Separate work and business, right? Work and life. That's what we got to do. And Sarah says, currently work all over the board, but I try to maintain set schedules. I'll make family dinner a priority. And that's right. And like, right. And this is, Sarah's a great example of this. She had a huge July, right? She went from at the beginning of the month, seeing me, hello, that's amazing in itself. And then within a week, everything came, to a screeching halt due to a mold infestation at a building, finding a new place, getting out there, still trying to run a business while trying to figure out what to do, move into a temporary spot, move things into this. And so life happens. You're going to have to make sacrifices in order to do things. Could you get things done faster by staying at work and pushing all the family stuff out of the way? Absolutely. But you still want that family time. That's what you're working for. So you make that the priority. I'm going to work to this, do this, and then I can come back to work. Or I can do this while this, or I can do this and that. But here are my priorities. And don't turn off your priorities. Those are priorities for a reason. What's called the no substitute? No, the no non-negotiable. Is that right? The non-negotiable tasks, like, hey, these are things that we are going to do. We're going to make sure that we have, we do. In Sarah's case with that, dinner is a priority. That's something that's happening every night. That's what we're doing. What are the priorities? Non-negotiable. This is what we're going to do. Everything else can be moved around that, spending time doing whatever. And like I said, there's a lot of times where even at night, not working, but I am working because I'm trying to learn more. I'm trying to watch more. I'm trying to, do things that I am not good at so I can get a better understanding of it. And like, I'll go down an embroidery rabbit hole. There's not an embroidery machine in my future, but well, okay, maybe there is. Maybe if somebody sends me one, there will be. But for the most part, I just want to have a better understanding of it. I just want to know so I don't feel stupid sitting in the rooms of those conversations where I don't know anything, because I do want to know as much as possible of the things. I'm going to soak it all up. When we look at shows that we want to go to, still haven't been to a Printing United show. Could I do that this year? Possibly. I don't know, but we've got the end of this month is the Crystal Cruise, so we need to get that rocking and rolling so we can that Corey hits there. That's last week of the month. The next month, I believe, is the Misfit Makers event down in Joplin. So there's that, and then we're in fourth quarter. And fourth quarter, we're really going to focus on making sure we can support everybody on the DTF side of things. We had we had some good orders yesterday that they were like, hey. Is there any way that that we can get a rush on these? And it was a couple 100 feet worth of stuff, and we got it out the door for them. So and overnighted, so they'll get their stuff today. Placed an order for a couple 100 feet yesterday morning. It's in their door today. I think we're doing pretty good with that. That's where I don't need 1,000 new customers. Give me 100 customers like that, and things are off to the races. So we need to know what our priorities are. You set your goals. What do I have to do? What do I want to do? And then how do I work backwards for that? Rice says, yep, lately work has been taking over my life. Drafting job, printing job, DJing. I can't get a break. Well, you just stop doing one of them, right? But what are you working for? Or are you working for the money? Are you working, are you working because you enjoy it? Because that's the big things is when you stop enjoying something, why are you doing it? When I'm working, 7 jobs because I need to work to make sure the bills are paid. Okay, that's versus I'm working 7 jobs because I'm saving up for this, and that's the goal that I'm working on. I'm getting rid of credit card debt. I'm saving up for a down payment for a house. I want to buy a car, cash out. So you're saving up for things like that. So you're going to be that hustle culture, work, so I can get what I want. But then sometimes it's just like I just work the work, right? Because I don't know what else to do. Hey, I've got a grill that needs put together that I haven't put together because I haven't taken the time to do it, because I make up excuse after excuse. I just need to do it. I just need to pour the pad, put it out there, and be done with it. But I always find something else to do. So will that be a priority this weekend? No, we've got a big priority this weekend, but I will make it a priority to have done by the end of this month. New grill will be up and going. When Corey's gone at the end of the month, who knows? She might come home to all kinds of crazy new stuff. But that's what we're working towards there. Hi, Rye from Barb, and hey, Barb, back from Rye. And Barb says, I have set week hours. Everything is appointment only. Weekends closed. And that's the same thing for us, Barb. Like, so traditionally, we schedule as much as we can Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is a pretty open day. That's a day to catch up on things, specialty projects. That's a day that we set up for our meetings because I like to leave it light. Something comes in, we have the time to do it. We schedule that for it. But once we say we're done on Friday, we don't check back in until Monday. So emails that may come in, messages that may come in, after afternoon Friday, most likely aren't getting answered until Sunday. There are some instances that we do because I happen to be doing something in there. But as far as doing production work, working on the business, physically, not so much on the weekends. I might sit down with the iPad and do some design work. I definitely watch videos throughout the weekend of whatever it is. And do that side of it. But the weekends, it's my time. It's my time. Whether I do nothing or I do everything, it's my time. Looking like this weekend, we've got Little Mermaid tonight, so I think we're gonna leave here by like 4-ish to be able to go do dinner and then hit that. Tomorrow, golf cart poker run is at 1, but we'll be setting up at noon. So most of the morning will be prep for that. Tomorrow night, SummerSlam. Hudson was very adamant about, hey, the golf cart poker run's the same day as SummerSlam. So are we going to be able to watch it? I said, well, that's at night, buddy. So we'll be fine. So do that. Well, Sunday we'll be making up for the things that I traditionally do on Saturday, yard work, things like that. So that's what we'll be doing on Sunday. So it just goes with it. I try and stick to that schedule, be back in here, work till then, make as many calls as I can, do as much work as I can throughout the week. So that way I can enjoy my time off. And I don't have to feel guilty about it. All jobs are being completed in the amount of time that they are given. Everything is going out. The biggest thing is shipping. We can't control that once it leaves. But, as far as our end, holding up to what we tell the customers we're going to do, when we're going to tell them they're going to have things, then that's where we feel good with. Jerry says, I consider watching videos, learning, still working. Well, Jerry, I don't. Because if I'm not paying attention, there was last night I was watching a video and I probably went back and watched a part like 3 times just so I could, understand it. But it was just something new that I hadn't seen, and I wanted to get a better understanding of what it was. And so while it was learning, it wasn't work because it wasn't something I needed to do. And that's why I look at it. It wasn't something that I needed to do to make something happen. It was something I wanted to do. If I don't want to watch videos, okay, because my night is typically consumed by food channel videos. So barbecue, grilling, things like that, new recipes, new videos, new guys, I love watching those. Then I've got my automotive stuff, so my cars and 4-wheelers, things like that. Got some golf cart channel content, and then the rest will go into garment decoration, printing, things like that. So I watch it, but I'm not like, okay, let's sit down, pen and paper, take notes, do that. I traditionally don't do that. Sometimes, early Saturday morning, early Sunday morning, I'm up. And it can be a quiet time in the house. I will sit down and watch things that I might have missed throughout the week. But a lot of times I have things on in the background, but I don't pay, it's there as background noise. So I'll hear something, I'll have to go back and listen to it. But I try and do that really, really good of when I'm done, I'm done. If I want to learn more, I want to learn more. I can do that. I want to read a book. I want to do whatever. I'm able to do that, but I'm not required to do that. So that's the big part of it. Now, with that being said, today we do have our mentorship call that is starting. Where is that even at? Right there for it. There it is, right there. The mentorship call is starting in 35 minutes, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here. Patreon.com/FatDadMC. We'll be there, to answer all your questions, concerns, problems, just chit chat in general. We do that 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, and then you're able to watch replays of it. Today, on my goal while we're on those calls is to upload Wednesday's call and Wednesday's work on your business call. I will get those updated and uploaded so that way we can have those to it. And like on Monday, my list is go through and clean out the list. So Usually, the first of the month, that's when some people sign up, some people leave, get all those cleaned up. And that'll be, next week. We'll get right into it. We've got stuff that we're setting up for next week already. We met with school yesterday, so we got that planned out. We have another meeting with them next Thursday. And it's just scheduling out the week. What do we see? What are we trying to do? But at the end of the day, be happy, right? That's what I want to do. I just want to be happy. I want to enjoy work. I want to enjoy life. You're not guaranteed another minute there, right? So if you work all the time, did you really enjoy it? I don't know, unless you really enjoyed working, but I enjoy working. I enjoy helping others. I don't consider it working when I'm sitting on a call with somebody in our mentorship community for an hour and a half at night, because we're just bouncing ideas back and forth. That's just, the creative juices are flowing. Let's see what we can do. Texting back and forth at 11:30 at night about an idea that popped up. I don't consider that working. I consider that here. This is because it's not a structured thing. This is what I need to do. And that's when it'll be like, well, hey, this is something we should probably talk about more of. Let's get on a call. Let's do this. Let's schedule it up. And then it becomes work. Until then, it's just here. We're chit-chatting about things with it. So with that, we're going to end this one first weekend of the month. Hey, summer is here. It's coming to an end super, super soon before we know it. So get out there, enjoy the weekend. What's your weekend plans? Tell me all about them on Monday and what you did. But until next time, peace, love, press on. We will see you then.